This video is going to go along with Unit 1, Lesson 8, and it's going to be all about finding area of a triangle. Right now, we do not have a formula that we can use that will help us find area of a triangle. In order to do this one, I'm going to take my triangle and turn it into a more familiar shape, a rectangle. If I were to copy this shape and flip it and put it on top, we would be able to create a rectangle like this. I know the lines aren't perfect, but that's okay. If this now becomes a rectangle, we do have a formula to find area of that shape. Remember, it's base times height. Because this is on a grid, I'm going to have to count the boxes to determine what the measurements are for the base and the height. Starting along with the base at the bottom, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Be careful when you're counting. You want to make sure you're going from the corner point to the corner point. And I'm going to put 8 into my equation. Next, I need to determine the height. The height is going to form, again, right here, a right angle. So if this is the base, this along this side is going to be my height. And we can count, quick and easy, 1, 2 boxes for the height. So the total area of the entire rectangle is 8 times 2, which is 16. Now what we're trying to do is find the area of just the blue part, just the triangle. If we notice that the rectangle is made up of 2 separate triangles, we can say that whatever this is plus whatever this is needs to give us 16. Because these are the same exact shape, to find the area of one of them, we can just take our total area and divide it into 2. So 16 divided by 2 will give us 8. And on our diagram, that would make sense because, again, if the blue shape is 8, and then the white triangle is also 8, 8 and 8 together make 16. All right, let's look at an example where we're not going to draw it as a rectangle. In triangle B, it would be really difficult to count and make this a rectangle on a diagonal line. I'm going to follow the same steps that I did in the first one. I'm going to start by multiplying a base and a height. Remember, when we're doing a base and a height, we want to make sure that we're forming a right angle. I'm going to count this that I'm drawing in pink. That's going to be my base. And to get the height, I'm going to draw a line from the top of the shape all the way straight down, again so that it forms a right angle. I am going to, again, remember, if this was what we were finding area of, we can use the formula base times height, and we're going to count along the bottom again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, be careful to make sure you're going from corner to corner. The height I've drawn in here is 1, 2, 3. Now, because this is a triangle, we're going to remember that if I'm doing base times height, that is the total area of an entire rectangle. So just like we did in the last problem, I'm also going to remember to divide this by 2. So 7 times 3 is going to give me 21. And then I'll take my 21 and I'll divide it in 2. You can use a calculator for this piece. And so in the calculator, if you put 21 divided by 2, you're going to get 10.5. All right, let's try one more together. All right, C is also a triangle again. We do not have a formula, but just like the last problem, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to follow the same steps. This one is a little bit more difficult because drawing the base and the height is a little tricky because this is not a right triangle. We always want to find our 90-degree angle, so I'm going to draw my height in, and I'm going to draw it on a dashed line because it's outside of the triangle. And that forms a perpendicular line with the base here. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is base times height. When you're counting the base, do not count anything that is not shaded. From this corner to corner is the total base, and that is why we have a dashed line drawn here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for our base, and then the dashed line out here is going to be our height. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and 5 times 4 is going to give me 20. Again, the step that we don't want to forget is if we're doing base times height, that's for a rectangle. And because this is a triangle, we're going to take that and we're going to remember to divide it into 2, because 2 triangles make 1 rectangle. And so 20 divided by 2 will give me a total of 10. I hope this video helps you find area of triangles.